Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Seamaster 2019 ITTF World Tour Platinum Australian Open, coming to you live from Geelong, Australia. I'm your commentator, Adam Bobrow, and we have the last portion of the day coming up. An exciting 4 matches ahead. It's already been a long, exciting day of table tennis, but as soon as the action starts, the edges of the seats are all that are going to be used here. Here's a look at the day. Patrick Franziska, the German sensation who beat Fan Zhendong 15 months at world number 1 before, and Mattias Falck, the Swede, in the lead, the finalist, the silver medalist from the World Championships on their half of the bracket. Alongside them, Hugo Calderano, the thrill from Brazil, and the Cloudwalker, the showman Superman, Xu Xin. It's going to be a rematch in some senses, responsibility-wise, for Xu Xin, as he is the only Chinese male standing on his half of the bracket now. Following that, we've got the women's doubles finals with Chun Meng, world number 1, who was eliminated in the women's singles with Wang Man-yu, Jun Ji-hee, and Yang Ha-eun from Korea. Some strong doubles pairs there. And then in the men's doubles final, Jung Young-shik with Lee Sang-soo of Korea versus the Dark Knight and the Dictator, Lin Gaoyuan and Ma Long. Ma Long just too strong earlier today. And coming in now, Patrick Franziska, the tall German player, world rank number 17. He's 27 years old, has just been getting better and better. Recently, star of Ask a Pro Anything, which will be released very soon on ITTF's YouTube channel, and Mattias Falck, who came home to Halmstad, Sweden, treated like a war hero, with the entire band, city council, government there waiting, and the whole city waiting on the hills to show their support and encouragement for his outstanding performance at the World Championships. He's world ranked number 9, the last time a Swedish player was in the top 10 in the world. Well, we'd have to go back to the Classic at the top of the World Tour standings. Just 12 points in front of the Cloudwalker. 2 players still left in the men's singles event. Lin Gaoyuan, the Dark Knight, in 3. Harimoto knocked out in singles. Lin Wenru, the Silent Assassin, just behind the not-so-silent assassin, Tomokazu Harimoto. Fan Zhendong a little bit lower on the list. And Mattias Falck, look at him in the 8th spot, with only Liang Jingquin in front of him. Jun Mizutani, the 10-time national champion, in the 9th spot. Wang Chuqin getting better and better all the time with a big upset over Liang Jingquin earlier today. Zhang Wujin, the Triple Crown champion, the first ever in ITTF, and Hugo Calderano, the 15th seed. Round of 32 in Hong Kong and China Opens. Quarter-finalist in Qatar earlier this year. But beating Fan Zhendong last night had him left with his hands above his head. He just couldn't believe it. All the work had paid off. It finally became a reality. Mattias Falck, the 8th seed here, quarter-finalist in Hong Kong, round of 16 in Korea, round of 32 in China Open. Almost 3/4 of them are non-Chinese. The only Chinese player in this bracket is Xu Xin. Here we go.
One love.
First point on his serve quickly. Perfect angle here to beat the wide wingspan of Mattias Falck. Now, for those of you a little bit new, roll on the serve and then twiddles back to his normal setup.
3-1.
Full of German players here, more of an independent venture.
4-1.
10. Since then, the next 3 have been won by Patrick Franziska.
2-4.
But that was Mattias Falck to remove the free arm on the serve. Back edge of the table for Franziska, but the rally here, they're getting right into it quickly. I'll be very curious to see whoever advances, how the short game factors in. Franz's opening forehand was spectacular, hooking right onto the line. Snap backhand. So tough to do that. Think about how much spin is on the ball. Just times it perfectly. Soft flick does not come down. It's a best-of-7 match, though. We've seen bigger turnarounds. Harimoto was up 8-2 against Wang Chuqin in game number 1 thereafter. From a bit behind the table, it's going to be a lower percentage shot, that flat-hitting forehand. You have a flat pip stroke anyway. Let's try matching your style with this equipment. Top edge of the racket finally took a lot of shots in this rally.
5-9.
For Franz. Solid flick, using the length of the table here. High arcing shot, and Franz rips it with the backhand. 11-6. So what's going to change here? Well, for me, it's going to push Mattias Falck back behind the table. And with his style, he needs to be pretty close to the table, unless it's on the backhand side. Might seem surprising. A little bit longer stroke. It's a good setup. So consistent right now, Franziska, in these counters. The game that's less consistent on the counters.
Love 5.
Normally, some parallels are going to have to come out.
5-1.
The backhand or wherever he can.
Leg. 5-1. Six-1.
Little break off the net for Falck. If Patrick Franziska can keep up this level of consistency, still working on my English.
7-3. 7-4.
This one sneaks under the racket. 2 points, serves on his side, Mattias Falck. The hooking side spin shot, the angle and everything on the step around. Franziska extends his lead back to 3. He's dangerous as soon as he gets the time. Look how fast these backhands are. They look like drill backhands, but as Timo says, you practice 100%.
8-6.
Time again, random spots on the table. Back edge of the table for Falck. Over the table, strong forehand. And Mattias Falck right back. Was it 2-7 down? There was nothing that could get in the way before a short game. Over the table to set up the quality opening attack. And that's what Falck wants, to drive Franziska off the table, to get him guessing a little bit, trying to counter. Corner to corner, backing Franziska off the table. The apologies have been pretty evenly spread now. 2 game points for Mattias Falck. Forehand flick, the over the table shot with the long wingspan and the... It's about the waistline of Mattias Falck. Beautiful counter, parallel backhand. Mattias Falck nods his head as if to say, good shot, well played, well played. The receive did not stay inside the table, just came off the side. Franziska with the free opening swing. The counter with the backhand. Falck earns himself 1 more game point. And the forehand does it. For me, it's the touch with those short pips. He keeps it very short, just behind the net to set up the forehand flip kill. Like we did in the last game. Massive comebacks. The unpredictability factor.
Love 2. Love 3.
The spin coming in. For me, short table with the short pips. And it's causing trouble. You can see the length. Forced into more passive play. A cell phone quite close to the court. And the power shot doesn't come down. Outstanding rally. Tug of war back and forth, in and out. Who's going to take control? In the end, it's Falck. Look again from the start of the point. Pendulum serve. Little rotation on it. The block right back down the line aggressively to send Patrick Franziska behind the table on the chase. Ooh, close. Top of the net, but comes down. Thriller for the crowd as they watch in anticipation after the sky lob is softly attacked from Franziska. A very patient play. A lot of people miss points like this trying to kill it. Not always necessary against someone who's comfortable far from the table. There's the backhand. The bread and butter of Mattias Falck. Solid. Just missing wide the counterattack, the bending backhand, and coming into the second towel break. Tied up at 6 points apiece. Mattias Falck in the first round beat Lim Jong-hoon, up-and-coming Korean player who had match point on Ma Long, losing in the 7th. And now he's here.
7-6.
Quite strong. Bright future ahead. Well played, the flick. Christian Carlsen's sister in a relationship with Patrick Franziska. Ended up beating Fan Zhendong in the next round, so big fish, good win. Just too strong, too many of those pounding hammer forehands. Two of them countered back the way one would hope to in Patrick Franziska's situation behind the table, if he can keep his wrist in it the way he did in this shot and the next. But here, just forced wide. You could see he was trying again to counter everything with topspin. Not easy to do when it's moving around that fast. Slapped back once, fished back the next. Right down the middle of the table, Falck with 2 game points now with the third towel break.
10-9.
Trying to fast long serve, bottle challenge out to the forehand. Surprise, surprise. Quick start here, game 4. Patrick Franziska on the attack. Mattias Falck still here, low to tempt Franz.
1-2.
The Swedish national team, the 2 leaders of the team. What a counter, quick reaction, short stroke from Falck. Oh, he made the tough one. To fish it back deep, counter the next ball maybe. That flick game. So it's a little bit more similar to an inverted rubber in that sense. Ripping backhand. It looked like he was unsheathing a sword here. Oh, dribbler off the top of the net. Mattias turned his head away. Tough to play Mattias Falck's game, but it's in some senses a better answer. Not often. I mean, When the ball comes in with little spin, flat hitting it back, if he makes the shot, it's going to be awkward. Mattias, if he's used to the top spin coming in.
10-3.
Well, now, with no timeouts left, Patrick Franziska started the first 2 games looking flawless. And Mattias Falck has steamrolled through game number 4 for Patrick Franziska. From down 1-3. Patrick Franziska could do the same here.
Love 2.
The men's and women's singles events. What can you do against this? Unbelievable how consistent Mattias Falck has become with these forehands over the table.
3-0.
Exactly why they're going to raise the game so much.
3-4. 5-3.
That. And the chop from under the table, scooping from down near the ground. Used his timeout, still up 1 point here.
5-0.
To miss. Hence the frustration. That's just too good.
5-7.
Deeper part of it. As soon as Mattias Falck gets that cracking forehand in, it's been ending the rally quite a bit. But he's done it many times consistently. Soft one to the short side first. He's got Franziska behind the table. Mattias Falck has constantly been changing his game, though. It's not the same as in game number 1. Falck making it very tough. Oh, an ace off the edge. Match points. Second serve here for Franz. Almost hits Mattias Falck through the barriers. He was off screen for a minute for these sky lobs. As big and tall as he is, to be off screen, you can imagine how close to the barriers he is. Saved once off the net. High lob kicking near the table, right near the baseline, that is. That one sits a little bit inside, took a risk. Patrick Franziska going way wide. 2 match points left, 2 saved. And Franz within 1, no timeouts left for either player. The plot. And Franz comes all the way back to 10-all. Point for Franziska. Right down the line, he takes the game. So 3, no 4 match points saved. 10-6 up in game number 5. It seemed like he might not have to be.
Low 1.
Plus a point to start.
1-0.
Find holes in each other's armor out here. So clever to find the answer.
4-3.
But the backhand is consistent, stable. Reinventing his game. On second serve here for Falck. Spinny over. Highest percentage for making the shot. Very difficult ball, but Franziska reaching out to take the ball from over the table. Up 4 in game 6, looking for the decider. Oh, comes up. What a shot. Ski ball. What a flick.
8-7.
Man. Other side in game 5.
8-0.
Potentially. Oh, burned right down the line from. Healthy snack and beverage. Tell your friend. Coming back 3 in a row. Point apiece. Falck with the serves. Uncomfortable, not looping near the table. Again, this is all gearing up for Tokyo 2020. When one player has reached 5 points. Off the table. Oh, again! Forgot how many centimeters that is. Counterattack does it from Franziska from way behind. The rallies just keep getting better. Those are the tough ones, the high backhands. Another Swedish player who was tall, but not Mattias Falck tall. Couldn't find it. Franziska had no trouble finding it. Timing-wise, no question. Beautiful backhand. Short game for Falck to touch with the pips on the forehand side. Forehand down the line does it, and Patrick Franziska with his hands in his head. Once again, the other way around. He can't believe he pulled through. He was down 6-10 in game number 5. Did that stop him? Not against his comrade and worthy opponent, the silver medalist from the World Championships, Mattias Falck. Congratulations, Patrick Franziska. You've broken on through to the other side, and we'll wait